A very good morning, children. Coming to the next topic of the chapter. Now, all the topics which we are going to discuss in this particular, video are something related to increase and decrease of supply, where the price is constant and the changes is happening because of other factors. Okay. Now, how does changing technology affect the supply curve of a firm? Now, we have discussed in the previous classes that if there is improvement in technology, then you as a producer would be willing to supply more at the existing price. Okay. So, as you can see in this particular diagram, that price is constant and S1 is the supply curve, right? Supply curve prior to technological improvement. Okay, now that you have improved the technology of your business, so the supply has increased from S1 to S2. Okay, it has increased. So supply curve after technological improvement. So as you can see, if you draw a corresponding line, children, before your supply was this much, you can name it as OS. Okay, and now, or OS1, since it's already given S1, and then now it is S2 because there is an improvement in technology. Okay, so if the technology improves, you as a producer would be willing to supply more at the existing price because your cost of production is going to go down, right? The next comes, how does change in input prices affect supply curve? Now, input price could also increase or decrease. Okay, as I already gave you the example of raw materials and your other cost of production and all. Okay, so as you can see in this diagram, S1 is the original supply curve. Okay, now let's take S2. Okay, now S2 is happening because supply curve shifts forward in case of a decrease in input price. So if the cost of production or your input price is going down, then you would be willing to supply more at the existing price. That's the reason it's coming forward. Now, if the input price is going up, you would be able to supply less at the existing price. So supply curve shifts backward in case an increase in input price. So if your input price is increasing, then definitely you would be in a position to supply less at the existing price. Now, children, in all the diagrams, they haven't drawn a corresponding lines. So it's okay. Even if you draw a line, you would actually be more clear with the quantity. So you can say that this is the original supply, and then if there is decrease in input price, then your supply increases from OS1 to OS2, and then if there is increase in input price, then your supply is going to shrink from OS1 to OS3. Okay, so this is if you draw the corresponding lines, you can actually judge the quantity even better, right? Now, coming to GST and supply curve, children. Now, GST, you all know, it's goods and service tax. So GST is tax on value addition. Now, again, the same thing. As you can see in this particular diagram, S1 is the original supply curve. It's the supply curve before GST. Now, once you start paying GST to the government, naturally, that means you're paying tax. So your cost of production is going to go up. So your supply is going to shrink. Okay. So once you start paying taxes, your supply is going to shrink at the existing price. Okay, so supply curve is going to move backwards from S1 to S2. That is supply curve after GST. Okay, very simple though, but then just practice the diagrams. Then the next comes subsidy. Now, as you have tax here, you have subsidies. Subsidies is like when you get help from the government. Okay, so S1 is the original supply curve. Okay, so that is supply curve before subsidy, and of course, if you draw a corresponding line, you will come to know that OS1 is the original supply, and now after taking subsidy from the government, your supply is going to increase at the existing price. So your supply is going to increase from OS1 to OS2. So this is the new supply curve, which is supply curve after subsidy. Okay, then this is after you get the subsidies from the government, right? Now, price of related product and supply curve. Now, this is something which we have discussed even in the supply function, where the price of coffee and tea is affecting the supply. Okay, so you can see here, considering two goods, tea and coffee, which are related to each other. Please listen very carefully, children. Now, a rise in price of tea would lead to a backward shift in supply curve of coffee. We discussed this. If there is a rise in the price of tea, okay, the supply of coffee is going to decrease because a rise in the price of tea will shift the buyers from tea to coffee. Okay, taking advantage of this situation, the producers will be willing to sell less of coffee at the existing price because the price of tea is going up. On the other hand, a fall in the price of tea would lead to a forward shift in the supply curve of coffee. If the case reversed, then this is what it happens. If there is a fall in the price of tea, then it would lead to a forward shift in the supply curve of coffee, because a fall in the price of tea might shift the buyers from coffee to tea. So fearing the loss of the market, the producers will be willing to sell more of coffee at its existing price. Okay, so something which you already discussed in class, children. Now, price of related goods, price of related product and supply of coffee when there is change in the price of tea. So as you can see, we are going to discuss about coffee, price of coffee and quantity of coffee. Okay, so this is the original supply curve. Okay, now you are supplying, say at the existing price, you are supplying OS1 quantity of coffee. Okay, so the shift is going to go forward shift in supply curve of coffee owing to a fall in the price of tea. Okay, since the price of tea is falling and you fear that your customers of coffee are going to go and have tea, so you will increase the supply of coffee at the existing price. So the shift is going to be forward, right? So it's going to be OS2 now, right? Now, for example, if there is backward shift in supply of coffee owing to a rise in the price of tea. Now, since there is rise in the price of tea, okay, the buyers will definitely not buy more of tea. So what will you do? You're going to shrink your supply at the existing price only. You're going to reduce your supply because now the buyers are going to shift from tea to coffee. Okay, so it's going to be S3. This is going to be S2, of course. Okay, so this is how the price of related goods also affects the supply of other commodities. Okay, so same thing, children, increase and decrease in supply. In all the diagrams you must have noticed that the price is constant, the price is not changing. Okay, and only the supply curve is shifting forward and backward. Okay, so please practice all the diagrams okay, once you're going through the notes. Now the next class we shall start price elasticity of supply. Okay, this is it for this class, children. Thank you.